Hey, this is a video on Panther. Panther is one of the most famous mod of this time, but maybe slightly behind CYOB and Insanity, but still amazing for its time. Also, of course, many mods that we have reviewed should have taken blocks from this mod itself. As you can see, colors and these things are kind of based on this color and files. And let's talk moreover, it's a early mod that is made in May 2010. That's when it's begun, and it is developed till 2013, which is quite amazing for a mod, but at least they worked till then. And then enough of this explanation, let's just look from top to bottom. So first is file, and we can save a file. Let's just save something into the anyways, I'm not saving it, but you can see the file extension is .pt, which is for Panther. I'm just informing that so that you can understand about the file extensions that are being used. And then in settings you can see file.io. If you press never file.io, these blocks will not work because these things influence files. Means like creating files and reading files, which is not allowed. Here I and O means I means input and O means output. That's what it meant. You can also give always allow if you need that file to work, or you can just click ask about it so that release time it will ask for it. Anyways, let me just put always there. Don't allow custom block, you can click on that, which would make these custom blocks to not work, but let's test it out and see. So first let me just create some simple block. I don't know that much about squeak code, so I cannot do any big thing there, but I'll just try my best. This is moving a particular dollar number steps, so let me just put that into 10. You get a block, but it's more like a move 10 steps. You can see it's working, but in case you went to settings and press don't allow custom blocks, it will not work. You can see it's not working even if I click on it, but if you press allow custom block, then it will start moving because it's working now. In case, because these things are there because in case somebody finds some vulnerability or something like that in projects, so that they could infect or do something like that, this could be blocked. Panther is kind of good in security and all those purposes. This is very amazing. And one more is the block graphics quality, which is kind of weird, but yeah, it's there. Let's just give a fast quality. You can see how much weird it's looking like when you put all these things over here. Looks very funny. You can see how weird it is, but still let's go to the graphics quality of the normal. Okay, normal is like the normal scratch version, and good, let's go to good. Good means it's having some shadows and all those things. That's what is the meaning of good. And it really looks kind of modern and very glowing kind of thing, like gold or something. Means like metallic texture like that. It's very amazing. Actually, I don't know why Scratch didn't bought like this. Maybe they want a flat version of it. Anyways, so next is you can show motor blocks, which is as usual, but the place may be moved. This edit menu is same. And miss, of course, it's common in many mods. And even there's about Panther, where you can read who all developed it. NXII is the main programmer. Septimus Heap is the founder. Sparks is the site maker, site master or something. Sperry, Marky, Parky, Jens, and all those peoples. Some people are this special thanks and all those stuffs. And you can even check the new block features like that. Of course, I didn't read it very well. I mean, I didn't even read it actually. I'm just checking the blocks like that. And you can also see others over here. Of course, you can read it if you need more information. But anyway, let me just continue into the video. I'm going to keep it in high quality itself because I like these blocks very much. And other than that, we are going to be checking block palette because there's no change anywhere else. And maybe instead of this sprite change, that's not a big thing because the cat is not allowed for mods and all. Some kind of licenses like that. That's why they're changing the cat usually. Usually I'm saying because sometimes they're not. And then let's just check from the changes. First of all, these blocks are shining. That's what is a big change. The next change is you can make it draggable if you want. Even if in presentation mode you can drag it, you can see this is what's the meaning of draggable. You can even check if it's draggable. Saying true, that means in presentation mode you can still drag it, means when you share to website or something like that, like mode share and all. Of course I don't know if it's compatible with the mode share. Anyways, and you can also make it undraggable, which will make it undraggable in presentation mode. And that are all the changes over here in motion blocks. And then over here you can check if you received a particular message. I think this block is taken from Panther only. We can check if it's broadcasting something like that. Let me just name it Panther. Oh, it's case sensitive. I mean, I made a spelling mistake, so let me just put Panther there. So when it's broadcasting, it will report true. I don't know what kind of bug is there. Some reason should be there. Anyways, it's getting a small bug there. But anyway, let's just not check it. Of course, we know how it works. It doesn't understand what's happening. Anyway, this continue. Then there's even a clone me block, which will create a clone of itself. Which you can see that are some kind of clones and all. I don't know how much clones did I create. Wait a second, is it infinite number of clones, which is very weird. Okay, I created this much clones there. So who's the original person there? Okay, this is the original thing. And let me just delete all the clones. Oh, I pressed delete me, so I don't know what's the consequence there. You can't delete all the clones, I think so. I don't know. What is the consequence of this thing? Yeah, that's what is deleting all the clones. That is the meaning of delete me. But it's saying as if it's deleting the whole sprite, which is what is meant in many things. You can also check when sprite 1 is created. That means when the clones are created, that's what is the meaning of this. You can do a particular thing. This is how Scratch 3.0 is also carrying out things. But I don't know if it's directly influenced by Panther or not. If it would be cool. I think so. It should be influenced a lot by Panther and all those blocks over there. And then you can check the costume number. Okay, I'm not going to be opening my camera, but you can just open your camera and check if it's opening the camera. It's false, of course. I didn't open it. You can do with the camera open. You can replace the costume number 1 with camera things. This is just going to be my finger or something like that, because I don't want to show my face there. Anyway, it lags a lot, so I'm not going to do it, I think so. You can add cameras to the costume, but I don't want to do it. You can add stage, of course, to the costume. You can see this whole stage as the costume. Let me just switch back to the normal costume. Or you can even paint new things, or even import it using blocks. It's very amazing to have this drop down, because it's much more better and less cluttered. You can delete the particular costume you want, means I don't like to, so I'm deleting it. So you can see stage is gone. Anyways, let me just check if I'm recording it or not. Yeah, I'm recording it. And there's even a reporter for color effects now, which you can check. If you're changing the color effect, you can notice it, but because this Panther logo is black in color, you can't notice anything. But of course it will work with brightness very well, because brightness is what influences black color. So let me just change it. You can see how much bright it is, or if you reset it will say the right brightness value. This is a reporter for brightness, that's what I'm saying. You can do that reports like that. You can even list off these things, and then you can see we can change the size, but there's no size reporter here. I think they are supposed to add it, but they didn't. You can of course change stretch, by a particular number, and it will report the stretch there. Or even you can do vertical stretch. I don't know if it will work. Yeah, it's working. You can set it to 100% as well, and you can even check if it's visible or not. If you're hiding, it will report false. If you're showing, it will report true. That's what is the point about this. This is predicate block. And then let's go to the next category, sensing. Okay, sensing has a sprite name reporter, or even you can change the sprite name itself. Let's change it to Panther logo, like that. You can see it become Panther logo, but I didn't enter the spelling properly. That might be the reason. So it become Panther logo now. And you can even check if you're a clone or not. You can just put it into this block, means the block over here, and put a if condition there. Or you can even ask in a dialog, what's your name? But this thing is kind of weird because it will store in the answer. It's automatically stored into the answer variable, whether you're asking using this or this. But in other modes, they just modified this into a reporter block so that we could store into a variable directly, rather than storing it into answer variable or a default reporter, you can say. You can show dialog info with a particular text like I'll just give it like that. You can subscribe if you like. That's what I'm saying. If you like to subscribe, you can do it. It's very motivating. That's what I'm saying. And yeah, you can check if a key is pressed, but there are additional keys now, which is very amazing, like backspace and all those things. Shift, control, and all these things can be added now. And you can even check what key is being pressed now. If you're pressing multiple keys, it will not work very properly, but yeah, it will work. You can even check what you're pressing. It's even space or control, but of course Windows key, if you press it, will not work. And you can even check the date. You can check my time there, or the hour, or even a day of the year. And I can do bunch more stuffs with this thing. Like checking the month name. This is of course April. Yeah, 4 means April. Yeah. And then sounds, there's no change, I think so. Okay, there's a tempo reporter, which I don't know if it existed already. Yeah, it existed, I think so. So now we are in operators, and there's even an exponential block over here. There's no drop down like that for operators. That this block itself, which I want to explain again or something. I don't know why I like to explain about these blocks, but I don't know, maybe they are too important to explain, and maybe it's confusing for you guys, I don't know. But I'm just explaining it again in case you don't ever understood it, or if you're new, you can just see and understand something. Just created myvar. I'm going to set it to 0. This how to just, yeah, let me just show a variable myvar. And now I set it to 0, so we can check if myvar is equal to 0. Then you should say it's 0, and it should be like it's not. That's how it works. And it's more like a if else statement, that's it, but with whatever you want. It's kind of same like this one. Just put that thing here and put it 0. It's not. Yeah, I think it should save time, that's it. Slightly save time itself. But if you want, you can use this or this. It's your own wish. And this one is more like a if else twice times. Means first it will check if a condition is true or not. If it's true, it will do the first thing, but inside of it there will be one more if condition, like that. you can see first it will check if its condition is true, it will check this one more condition and say if it's true or false. That's what's going on here. First it will check this condition, then if it's true it will check this condition and say if it's true or false. Otherwise it will check this condition and say if it's true or false. That's what's happening, but I don't know if you understand it, but anyway. Then you can do a bunch more operators here, like letter O starting at 6. You can start at a particular position and say 6 means it will not count this, but if you're saying 5, it will say 5 only, starting at 4, because there's a hello there which contains O. But if you're going to 6, you cannot count that hello's O there, so it will count the world's O and say its number. It say the index of the position. Index means the position of the letter 1 to 5. You can report that, but you can do the length of the word. I think this one already existed. There are even bunch of more reporters like pi, e, new line, and tab also. I mean tab, or I don't know, whatever they call it. I think these things are new. Pen size reporter, pen shade I think we can change the pen shade itself, which I don't remember like having it. You can check the pen hue, which means color, or even the pen color you can check. This will report in color. You can see this block is special for Panther. I think so many other mod contains from the Panther only, because they steal things from Panther. You cannot say stealing, you can say it as, I don't know, like taking. You can say I'll call it taking. That's what I could say this thing. And another thing is that you could directly type on the variable's name like that, rather than being like choosing it from a drop down, which is very tough. Let me just make a variable. Look, we made a one variable there, and we can check if it's whatever it is. It's set a variable to, first of all let me just show the variable. Okay, I'll show using this thing. You can set it to large or whatever pattern you want, like slider and all those things. Of course it's available for you, and you can even move a variable to a particular position you want. Most of these things are taken from this Panther only, or you can even delete the variable as if it never existed. That's how we can do things, in case you want to create variables while running a project and then delete it at the same time, but I don't think so it's very useful. But yeah, you can use it if you want. You can make a list manual using blocks itself. You can see how we created a list like that. And I think so I've missed one feature, which means when you right click you can show its tuples. Tuples means you can say simplified code version of the blocks. That's what is the meaning of tuples. It's taking from the Squeak VM or something. You can even edit a block, but I don't want to do it, so I'm not going to be opening and doing something like that. You can easily open up this place where you kept these blocks. That's what's special about this thing. In case you're a programmer or something, I mean a developer who want to develop Panther, you have to shift click this. I don't remember how to develop Panther. I think there's no menu there, or somewhere over here, I don't remember. Anyways, you can take the code easily somehow, but I don't know about how to open it. Maybe there's a source code separately, and you can of course delete a list if you want and do whatever you want. You can check a length. Okay, that's all us old things. Okay, we can go to files and see things. So let this write a file. Let's write hello. To a file named, I'll not put readme.txt, I'll put it okay, it should have created some panther file.txt, something like that. Let's create something like panther, that makes more sense. Actually, did it even create a file, or are we supposed to create the file? I don't know if it created the file. So anyways, let me just, we can also read content of file. Let me just read license.txt. which is the file which is defaultly there in the directory because I'm very lazy. You can see by downloading Panther like that, a long statement, or you can even read a particular line of a file. Like, let me just read the first line of the license.txt. Agreeing the following things, and I can even read the second line, which contains literally nothing. It makes lots of sense. Then you can do a bunch more stuff, that's what I'm saying. And you can even check with a hosting mesh using this block over there, and even host mesh using blocks, create and host, and even off the mesh using blocks. And then you can even report blocks, make a color. What is this? I'll just call it, I don't know. Okay, we created a color for what? Okay, I set this sapphire to some color there. You see sapphire is like that. You can hide the color or show the color. It's more like a variable but for colors only. I don't know what are these meant for, to be stored to where, I don't know.